Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I am Philip Shock, and today, I want to talk about this news about how Crystal Dynamics and a bunch of other IPs and things were sold. Basically, Square Enix sold their Western IPs to a group called Embracer Group, if I'm saying that correctly, and essentially what happened, as per usual, we kind of every time something big like this happens or whatnot, people tend to wonder like, hey, is this the end for Avengers? Is this the end for Avengers? Is this the end for Guardians of the Galaxy? And while I don't disagree with that narrative, I actually do not. I want to pose a different perspective on that particular thing. So just kind of looking at some of the things that they have done, their THQ Nordic, their Gearbox, and those IPs are, thriving currently. And whether you like the, Borderlands thing or not, that's in there. So I've always been a thorough believer that Square Enix um, was a big part of the downfall of Marvel's Avengers and thus the ripple effect of Guardians of the Galaxies. Because what happened normally with that was they since Marvel's Avengers did so bad, Guardians of the Galaxy automatically, no matter how good it was, and it was very good, no matter how good it was, that particular game got affected negatively because of the bad press about Avengers. Because both of them come from Square Enix, and both of them say Marvel's blank. So even if you don't do any research about it, if you hear Marvel's Avengers and you were burned by Marvel's Avengers, you're gonna automatically hear Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy and automatically be like, okay, that was definitely a burning point. So I get that. But I do believe that Square Enix kind of put Crystal Dynamics in a bad place. Now, not taking the full blame off of Crystal Dynamics because they're notably people who, came out and said there's issues going on there as well. But I do think the biggest part of funding and things of that nature came from them, like, kind of not preparing CD for this big of a IP, and just poor choices like the exclusivity, Spider-Man, and the free model of everything just kind of messes up their funding. Like, I do think that if they had started off this type of game with better funding, staffed correctly, and just kind of like, hey, DLCs are not free, heroes are, but DLCs are not. I feel like this game would have launched in a better position and would have went in a better position. But that's neither here nor there. What this sounds like for us and what this can bring for us in this particular fashion is it could either bring the death of the game or it can actually bring about some type of big change. I'm not gonna say big change as in like it's gonna bring the game like from death's door to the most played game in the world. It's just not going to happen. There's nothing that they can really do short of restarting the entire game with a different engine to make this game a top tier, hundreds of thousand players on, platforms and things of that nature. That's just not going to happen. But it can still continue longevity and get a little bit better in the bug fixes and the content drops and hero drops and whatever else if this does go well. Now, me personally, my prediction for it is if Marvel games don't have to do much, they don't have to do anything, they'll accept this deal no problem. There's no skin off their back to not accept it, right? If it stays the same way, their involvement stays the same way, everything stays the same way, they have no problem doing that deal. It makes common sense. You're making passive money from this game. Every once in a while, you make some connections to it. That's passive income. That's a no brainer. But if they start to need more money and there's no promise of better like profits from this game coming from there, or better improvements from this game with more money, then they won't give it back. They won't transfer their license. But I really believe, I choose to believe that this is probably going to be a very good thing for this game. I don't think it's going to be like, oh my God, this game is saved, but I do feel like that we will have a better shot to, at least keep it around, keep around, get more bug fixes, get it more stable and better content coming out. That's just how I feel about this particular situation. But other than that, guys, let me know what you think about this situation. And again, let's be respectful in the comments. That's all we have to do. Be respectful. Let me know what you think. And if you like this video and things of that nature, go ahead and give me a like and a comment on this video. And hit that sub button with that bell so you know whenever I put a video up. All right? See you guys later. Peace.